Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Wow, we got a new tool set. This one is actually for the car, and I thought we could open this one together. My wife got this for me at Canadian Tire the other day, and this is the 184 piece Mastercraft socket set, and it was on sale for 60 bucks. Regular price on this is like 200 bucks. And I've been needing a set just specific for portability use, especially in the car, you know, and if we're on the road or something like that, have a breakdown, hey, I need tools, right? But I don't want to carry a whack load of tools. I need just what I know I'm going to need for the car. So, you know, have this in a little basic small box on the side with some other wrenches and whatnot, and I should hopefully be good to go. So, let's see what we got inside this thing. Normally I would buy the Mastercraft Maximum Series or Stanley's. You know, I'm pretty picky. But you know, I also got a set of wrenches too. The Mastercraft regular series, and I see that they're pretty decent on my first look at them. So I thought, well, you know, as far as the Mastercraft Maximum Series goes, they do have other kits, but not in the price range that I can afford right now. And at 60 bucks, you know, that's pretty much about 70% off. You know, I mean, regular 200 bucks, that's decent. So I like the price, definitely. Now let's see what else we got to do to break into this thing here. Oh, there we go. Side clip. And there we go. So that we take a look at this thing together and see what we got. You know, it's one thing to see what's actually on the package, but it's another thing to actually look inside. A few pieces here, a little disorganized. There we go. All right. Now, at a first glance, I mean, I looked at it through the box. You can tell a lot from the box, but you tell even more when you actually look at it. One thing I look for in portable kits is the most for my money. You know, I want quarter, 3/8, and half. I don't like using those stupid adapters, meaning this. You know, I hate these little adapters. But they are there, you can use them, but I prefer to have the actual all three ratchet sizes, especially when you're working on a car, right? Or something where you don't need such heavy torque. You want to use a tool that won't allow you to over torque, which is hence the reason for quarter, 3/8, and half. Now, being that I've been into the professional series of Mastercraft stuff as well as the Stanley stuff, I really like pretty much all ranges in that area, but I don't buy tools that are garbage or tools that I really don't know about. Like when you want to compare, don't buy job mate socket sets and expect to work on your vehicle, you know, or All Trade. And there's many other brands out there. Now All Trade still has come a long way over the years, but there's still not no Mastercraft tool, that's for sure. And Mastercraft does a really good job, I find, in making their tools. And they make them very, very well. They usually fit great, you know. But this is my first non-professional series Mastercraft toolkit. And I thought, you know what, for 60 bucks, it has to have some good benefits. The one thing I don't like seeing is 10 gazillion drill bit or screwdriver bits. That kind of drives me nuts, but at least you do get some. So that's kind of a good thing if you don't have a bunch of screwdrivers that you can, you know, put in the area. Now this is for my car, so I don't want to have a, you know, trunk full of 800 pounds of tools to work on my car on the side of the highway. So I need a kit that's gonna be able to function and have pretty much everything that I could possibly need, you know, and we should be good to go. Now I do have experience with these things, and I find they're actually pretty good. These particular sockets, they have you like the Torx on there, and you've got Allen heads, you got screwdriver bits, which I've never used a square or one of these screwdriver bits in these before, but you know, I think, well, maybe once, you know, but that's been about it. So you don't usually use a lot of these, but they are handy if you do happen to need them. So better to have them and not need them, and you know, type of thing. So the other bits here, a lot of them I could really care less about, but they're part of the kit. But what you want to look for in a kit is the most sockets and variety of sockets, deep sockets, shallow sockets. You know, you've got 3 drive sizes, so you need some kind of a variety there, both metric and standard. And Mastercraft is pretty good at putting stuff like that together. I mean, these are your 1/2 inch metric line here, there's 1/2 inch standard size here, and they don't give you very many of each, but you're not using too many of those very often, which is kind of good. You know, and then over here you've got your 3/8 drive stuff in shallows. But in looking at these, just, you know, to say anything bad about them, I haven't used this kit yet, so I can't say anything bad yet. But I can tell you the etching is done really well. I really didn't like too much of that laser etching stuff they've been doing, because the laser etching is actually wearing off of the tools. This is nice engraving, and I like that, and I really hope that Mastercraft will get out of that laser etching stuff and, you know, stick with the etching like this. Like, this is actually engraved, right? So that's going to be there for years and years and years and years down the road. You know, you're always going to know, hey, that is a, well, what is this one anyway? 16 millimeter, okay, or 9/16 and so on. You're going to know that. Now, the wrenches, I really am happy that they're sticking with this style here again. They've gone back to it over the last 2 years. For a while, these things disappeared with this type of directional head, and they've also now made it a push system as well. So you can lock your socket on there, right? It's locked, it's not coming off. That's a big improvement from, you know, having the old school style, you know, thumb mover switch. And now you can just push the button and drop out. That is nice. That I really like. Because what I don't like is the flip switch. You know how you got the little key switch that I've always been fighting with them, even on my Stanleys, and I had a couple snap-ons that were like that, and any bit of grit that gets in there messes them up. Also, I found a lot of times when I was ratcheting something rather quickly, my hand would tend to flick the switch, you know, and it's like, oh, it just annoyed me, right? But with these things, there's none of that. I can even hold this like this and do that same kind of wrenching action, and I'm not gonna flip this the other direction too easily, if at all. So I like these style of ratchets from Mastercraft. Now, the one thing I did notice in the kit, even before I bought it, but I was able to accept that because I can always change it if I want to, that's the actual wrenches they give you. And these are a wrench that I like to pick on from Mastercraft. Now, this is a true blue, bottom of the barrel Mastercraft wrench, and you can buy these in bulk too, and I've never ever liked them. They do initially at first fit your fastener well, but they will gull a lot easier. So one thing that this kit's going to get altered on is it's going to get a higher end regular Mastercraft series, or it'll get the Mastercraft Maximum Series wrenches put in the kit, because I know I'm going to use these on my car, and the last thing I need to do is mess up my fastener. So these are actually really good for working on bicycles with. I find that's actually something that this purpose of this kind of wrench is, because they just don't put a lot of quality into this particular wrench. Now I'm going to give you guys a real good close-up so you can see what I'm talking about. These are those ones I talk about that are like a sandy finish, and that's this here. Now I just did a video too of a regular Mastercraft series wrench that's a new one to me, and that's these here. Now these are much better cut in here, much thicker walls, nicely polished, nicely contoured, and yet this is still a Mastercraft regular series wrench too, but this is the junk ones. And these are the ones you want to stay away from, even in the bulk boxes. You're not going to be very happy with them. But everybody has to start somewhere, and I understand that. Even when I first started collecting tools, Years and years ago, I mean, I had these for a long time, but then when I was able to afford the better quality ones from Mastercraft, you know, I'd either sell these off, trade them off, you know, whatever, just get rid of them, and then I'd move on to the better stuff. Now, I knew what I was into on these wrenches because they show them really well, to a degree anyway. In the picture, I can see that it's that sandy finish, you know, and some people will be like, well, maybe that was just a print. Well, no, actually I was right, and I knew I was right. So you can tell that these are the lower end just by looking at them. But I was okay because it's the kit itself I was after. I didn't care about the wrenches. That's why you get extra wrenches and stuff, right? The nice thing too about this kit was the hex drivers. These are nice. I've actually got a few kits of these for, you know, different places around the shop and whatnot. But it's nice to have a set of these even in your main kit. And they included them, and you've got both your metric and your standard sizes. And they are very, very handy. I really like those a lot. But overall, first impression of this kit, I'm liking it so far. I'm seeing that, you know, they have upped the quality once again, even in their sockets, for being the lower end of the Mastercraft line. You know, because these are not Mastercraft Professional, they're not Mastercraft Maximum, but they do seem to look so far very good. And it is covered lifetime warranty, which is great. Now they also give you a couple packs of Allen keys. You've got your SAE for your standard stuff as well as your metric. Now they give you here like a 1.5 mil, 2, 2.5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10. And then of course on your standard size you've got 0.05, 1/16, 1/8, 5/32, 3/16, 7/32, quarter inch, 5/16, and 3/8. So you get a really good variety of the Allen keys. Now I don't really have a ton of experience with Mastercraft Allen keys other than I have one of each, metric and standard, of the small ones that, you know, they just flip out of the handle. And those things I've had actually exceptionally good luck with. And you know, they also have a much nicer finish on them. So we're going to see how well these things perform, if they really cheaped out on these or not after we put them to use. So yes, you will see a video of me using this toolkit because I want to show you how it works, so you know yourself. But I also want to see what kind of quality I bought for the 60 bucks on sale. You know, tools are coming down a lot in price as technology progresses. You know, we produce stuff on a more higher and higher bulk, so it makes the cost of things go extremely down. Like a kit like this, you know, maybe 10 years ago would have cost you like $600 or $700, where, you know, nowadays it's like regular everyday price of 200, or hey, on sale 60 bucks. Hey, I can deal with that, right? I like that. But so far so good. The locking system for the actual box is actually pretty good. It's got your side lock, so if they ever do break for any reason, you break a side lock, you've still got your hinged fronts, and so either way you're secure. Or if you forget to lock your sides, you know you're not going to forget to lock your fronts, at least we hope not. At least it's still going to stay shut, so that's actually good. And it does weigh up a bit, it's got some weight. But like I said, it's my portable set for the car. I needed something for the car for when we're on the road traveling or whatever. If I have a breakdown, I need something that's organized, it's there, and I can hopefully get my repair done on the side of the road. You know, it's not like I'm carrying car parts with me, I know, but if it's something simple that I just need some tools for, then, you know, something loosens off, at least I can get that taken care of. But I can also use it around the house too if I wanted. But anyways, we shall have some video, like I said, show you how these things work. We'll put the fasteners and the ratchets to the test, and we'll see what kind of torque and that they can put up with. Because I'm pretty good when it comes to wrenches. I can really lay down the torque, you know, even by hand. And I'm not going to use any kind of extension bars on any of these tools to get extra leverage. I'm going to do crank her all by hand. And we're going to see just how well these things actually do work. But from what I see so far, I like how things have been punched out, you know, and built, and I mentioned on the wrench video that I've got up, is that, when you're looking at how tools are made, check out how it's made. Doesn't matter if it's Snap-on, Mastercraft, or any of those brands, they're all made basically the same way anyway. Wrenches are punched out of a chunk of steel with a die. Sockets go through a same sort of a process. They start out like a little piece of billet rod, and they get punch, and molded into shape, type of thing. And, they got different heating processes, cooling processes, and so on. And the list goes on. It's kind of endless. But it's kind of interesting to see how tools are made, that's for sure. But from what I've seen so far in a basic Mastercraft kit, this thing so far, I'm definitely liking it. Now, if any of you guys have this kit or one of their regular Mastercraft line kits that have been produced within the last, say, 1 to 3 years, feel free to leave your comments, especially on those ratchets too. Let me know what you think of those twister style heads. I like them. I've always liked them since the beginning. We'll trade ideas back and forth on that too. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.